Coach, out of curiosity, did the officials correct that originally? Illinois State was inbounding the ball. Did the officials catch it themselves or someone off your bench?
No, they just hadn't communicated it to the players.
Okay.
They told us, the coaches, basically what happened is, I told the referee, you learn something new every day in this game. I was under the impression that the clock starts either when it touches a player hits the floor. He told me the rule is the clock does not start until a player touches the basketball. Like neither player touched the ball and the clock started, it's an inadvertent kind of play, so you go to the possession arrow, and it was our possession, so that's how we gave possession away.
Jake, can you take me through your feelings on that last play regulation, going up for that layup, you missed it, Dominique's?
Coach had said before they shot the free throw, that if he missed and we were down 2, let's go for the 2 run the play that we had ran before for me to make the 3 or whatever. And when I got the handoff from Denny, I just tried to get to the basket enough time to get the shot up. And I actually looked at it and I thought it was bouncing in. And I saw Dom flying out of nowhere and tipping it in. And Dom was just being alert, ready to play.
Talk about Jake, your bucket at the end of overtime that you know to be the game winner.
Same play. It was the same call from coach. He looked at me and Denny, and at first he was gonna say something else, but then he started the play work, and he said run 1 again, and Denny told me when I get it, and they switched his ball screen like they did last time, just get in the lane, and I either had Denny in the corner or a layup, and this time I actually just had a wide open layup, and I just finally converted on one.
He's not being totally honest with you. They told me that that's what we needed to run. And I've developed so much trust in those 2 guys that I listen to them. And they're the players. They're the ones that are in the game. They're the ones that have the feel for what's there. So he's trying to be nice and give me credit. I just trust what those 2 guys have done. They said to me, yo, that thing's going to work. I'm telling you, if I can't get it to the rim, then he's in the corner. So I said, do it.
You talked earlier, Frank, about how competitive this field was. How satisfying is this win? You survive and move on.
It's what I've told the team since we lost in Texas. My message to them has been, you go at it almost for 6 months every day, and you beat each other up, and you go beat up the people that line up and play you, and sometimes you get beat up, and you got to get up and go again. At this time of year, it's about learning from all those lessons and staying the course and staying together and figuring out a way to do what we just. You think about this game. Back in November, we lost those games, same kind of games. We lost all 3 of them. All 3, same kind of games. Well, we weren't perfect, we didn't play great, but we didn't know how to close the game out. And today, we learned from that, we stayed the course. And at this time of year, it's about survival. It's about understanding that whether you're good, you're bad, you're indifferent, you're whatever. You shoot it well, you don't shoot it well. If you figure out a way, to quote Hugs, is what he told me on the phone yesterday, he says, Frank, you got to do 1 of 2 things. You got to either score 1 more than them, and if you can't score 1 more than them, then hold them to 1 less than you. And if you do that, then you get to practice the next day. And that's what it's all about this time of year.
Frank, how big was it for you when Iguchi fouled out?
He obviously created major problems for us today. We tried to tell the team that they're very similar to Baylor. Their personnel, everything, the way they play, very, very similar to Baylor. And when Lacedarius Dunn came in here, hurt us, and Iguchi hurt us. And it's a credit to him for making shots, and it's partly our jobs to get the shooters, and we didn't do a good job of it.
Frank, you talk so much about growing, and this is a tight ball game. Did the team continue to grow here even in the postseason tonight?
Yeah, you saw, I mean, you guys have covered our team all year. Some of you guys that have been positive, because there's been a couple that remain negative on our team and always try to find the warts rather than the good things. But for those of you guys that have remained positive with this group of guys, it's great to coach these guys. I've told you guys after every game that at this time of year I get excited because I get to coach these guys for 1 more day, for 1 more game, and it's they're unbelievable. I just told you 3 months ago we couldn't win that game. Couldn't win. We just lost a couple games that we needed to have because we didn't make good decisions down the stretch. Well, we made them today, and we didn't make free throws particularly well. and yet we continue to overcome. And we beat a pretty good Illinois State team. Now, they've won 25 games. I don't care where you play at. You don't win 25 games if you don't have good players and are well coached. And they came in here and they gave us a great shot. And this time of year, I'm just telling you. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Darren just tied Steve Henson for the most wins for a career for a senior player. That should tell you something about the kind of commitment that these group of kids have made for us over the last 2 or 3 years.